Oliver Anthony has done it again. The rich man north of Richmond singer left Joe Rogan absolutely speechless in his emotional testimony of how his life radically changed after reading the Bible and finding God. Hey gang, it's me, Dr. Steve, your Patriot Professor, here to help you to think better so you can feel better in these crazy and turbulent times. So if you haven't already done so, you know what to do. Make sure to smack that bell and subscribe button. And a huge thank you to each and every one of you. We have just officially surpassed 500 million views on YouTube, and I can't thank you all enough. You mean everything to me and to all of us here on the Turley Talks team. So again, thank you so much for tuning in each and every day. And boy, do we have something absolutely beautiful today. Oliver Anthony, who over the last month has skyrocketed fame for being the voice of sanity in the midst of our morally rotting liberal globalist world, sat down the other day with Joe Rogan. And I want to show you in this video why what he said may not have just changed Rogan's life, but also the lives of countless others as well.
I don't know. I'm telling you, like, again, I'm not anybody special, and I'm certainly not here to preach to anybody, but just from coming from somebody who was just in a really fucked up place, like, and I use that word like with discretion, but in this case it describes like where I was. Like, that guy found a lot of peace, like, from this book and from
looking at things in a different way.
Yeah,
from looking at things through the eyes of Scripture. And
I think for me it was like I had been in, I'd been in church growing up, and I had been exposed to all of that, but I'd found a lot of theatrics and a lot of politics in church and in religion when I was younger, and so it just immediately turned me off to it.
So if you can, take us to, like, what was like the day you picked it up? What was the feeling that you had? Like, what caused you to act? What was it like when you did it?
Yeah, I mean, I'd been reading it here and there, off and on, and I had for, like, off and on for a long time, like, because I was introduced to it as a kid, but it was really just like, I remember I went to the ER for everything that was going on. I mean, I thought I was seriously going to die. Like, I was having shooting pains up under my jaw, down in my wrist and my leg, like, just cardiovascular 101 symptoms. Of course, I'm 31. I had been, like, I could run 4 miles without stopping, no problems. Like, I knew my heart was strong, but I just
freaking out.
Yeah, but I went and did that, and I remember being in the truck after that, just like, and I just had a breakdown moment. I was just crying, and was just I just felt hopeless, like almost the way a child feels hopeless when they, like, you can't find your parent or something, like a 4-year-old that can't find his parents or something. I was just like, just didn't have anything left in me, and I don't know. I just decided, like, right then and there, I was like, I know I can't do this anymore, but I know that I can. I know there's things that I need to do, and I was just told God, I was like, just let me do it. Like, and I'll give all this shit up. I'll give up the weed, and I'll quit getting drunk, and I'll quit being so angry about things, and I'll just, like, I'll just call it good. Whatever I've done up up until I was 30 or whatever, 31, like, we'll just call that good, and I'll start over again, and I'll make him the focus and not me.
Now, what Oliver is describing there is something that many of us may have personally experienced in our own unique ways. According to St. Augustine, the ultimate goal of life is what he called in the Latin pax, peace. In the Hebrew, it's shalom. Peace, for Augustine, is everything as it ought to be, as it was always meant to be. Peace is everything working harmoniously together in a grand symphony of heavenly bliss. The fallen world in which we live is a world where peace has been shattered. The world, because of the fall, no longer operates in accordance with what was meant to be. And that's exactly what Oliver experienced. He experienced a total breakdown of peace, a breakdown of peace physically in his body, where each part is no longer functioning harmoniously, a breakdown of peace in his heart and his soul. And so Oliver did what countless lives have done throughout the centuries. He turned back to the very source of peace itself. This was summed up beautifully in Augustine's opening prayer in his Confessions. Thou, O Lord, hast made us for thyself, and our hearts remain restless until they find their rest in thee.
take me to what you did. Did you start reading the Bible? Like, what did you do?
I just changed my perspective.
You changed.
I quit worrying about me, and I started worrying about what it is that I'm supposed to do. You know, like it talks in the Bible about being a servant, and giving up, I guess, my desire and my will and whatever it is that I want to do. Like, I don't know the best way to describe it, but it's about trying to use what I have as a tool versus doing what I can in the moment to give myself whatever satisfaction that it is I'm trying to get. It's about trying to let go of your ego, I guess, in a way. And I mean, people pursue that mentality without faith. I mean, it's the idea of there being something bigger than you, but I think inherently all human beings idolize something. Like it talks in the Bible about false idols. We all have false idols, like whether it's our phone or it's a celebrity or it's something we do or it's our addiction to food or drugs or whatever. But like, it's very difficult for a human to be the biggest thing on their hierarchy. There's always something above us, right? Because we're always in pursuit of something bigger than whatever it is in that moment. And I think for me, it was just about taking everything else, all the distractions and all the other things in my life away and just ensuring that at least, and look, we all sin and we all do stupid things. Like we're all just people. Nobody's special or righteous. People sometimes act like they're special and righteous, but we're all just the same thing. Like, but it's just about trying to make that my idol, make God and the concept of what it is that he wants done on this earth my idol versus anything else. Like we all serve some master, whether we realize it or not. So why not let it be the master that is above all?
Now, what Oliver just said there was absolutely spot on. Whether we like it or not, we are all religiously wired. That's what makes the Bible such a clever book. The whole notion of idolatry in the Bible is the recognition that we are all wired to operate in accordance with some kind of God. I mean, I've heard it put this way. We've all got a theology. The question is simply whether it's a good one or a bad one. We all have a God. We all ascribe allegiance to a higher transcendent purpose. But the ultimate question is whether or not that higher purpose is actually true. Is it really true, good, and beautiful? Or is it a false idol? In other words, does it lead us to life and everlasting flourishing, or does it ultimately lead us to death, to demise? For the ancient Greeks, this is the difference between the muses and the sirens. The muses are the daughters of Zeus who inspire beauty and truth, while the sirens are water nymphs that lure sailors to their death through their bewitching songs. So that's the objective test. Truth attracts, lies seduce. Hey gang, how many UFC fans do we have out there? We know the one and only Donald Trump is a huge UFC fan, as are the fighters of him. But have you ever wondered what they do to manage their pain? Well, you don't have to, because a fellow patriot and good friend to this channel is precisely the one who provides relief to that pain, and he's here to do the exact same for you. As we age, aches and pains are normal, but they don't have to be. And that's where the groundbreaking medical scientist Clint Winters comes in. You've seen Clint on Fox, you've seen him on this channel. He's a world-renowned health expert who's unveiled a natural pain reliever that's taking the world by storm. It's called ConoCB2. It's the 100% drug-free way to get full-body pain relief without dangerous meds, and it is the official pain reliever for the fighters in the UFC. And the best news, gang, ConoCB2 has no documented side effects after years of private testing. It's absolutely the future of pain relief. So whatever you do, make sure to click on that link below right now and check out Clint's amazingly informative report on how ConoCB2 is changing lives by providing safe and powerful relief at a fraction of the cost of pain pills. Click on that link below right now.
And so when you made this transformation in your mind, did you then start reading scripture like regularly? Like what did you start doing?
Yeah, well,
that was different.
Well, what really, I guess it's like now I don't read it. I don't read it because I feel like I should read it to be a better person. It's like now I try to read it for the guidance within it. And I'm still in the infancy stages of a lot of this. Like I've read a lot of Psalms, Proverbs, and Ecclesiastes, and Luke, and there's other good books. But just trying to, I don't know, like trying to restructure, I guess, on a granular level, like I guess the neural pathways in my brain that have certain habits and certain ways of thought, like I've tried to retrain that to, like there's things it says, like, and I'll be very brief with this, I promise, but like one thing, ironically, it's Proverbs 4:20, which I thought you would like. So if there's anything better.
Perfect.
But,
Read it. Preach.
My son, pay attention to what I say. Turn your ear to my words. Do not let them out of your sight. Keep them within your heart. For they are life to those who find them and health to one's whole body. Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. Keep your mouth free from perversity. Keep corrupt talk far from your lips. Let your eyes look straight ahead. Fix your gaze directly before you. Give careful thought to the paths for your feet, and be steadfast in all your ways. Do not turn to the right or the left. Keep your foot from evil. But
that's pretty profound.
But the whole book of Proverbs is like that. Like, it's not preachy. It's not what you think. Like, it's good guidance. It's like good guidance that you would want a father to give to his son.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I mean, what Oliver just said there was actually very, very profound. The whole book of Proverbs is actually structured around a father speaking wisdom to his son. And St. Augustine, in reflecting on this, makes a very profound distinction in how wisdom, biblical wisdom, is different from mere knowledge. For Augustine, knowledge is consigned solely to the understanding of this world, this temporal, limited, fleeting world, whereas wisdom involves encountering eternal reality, that very transcendent reality that all our fledgling idols seek to replace. What's so key for Augustine is that it's only through wisdom that our souls can be directed back toward eternal reality and ultimately God himself. However, because of our fall, our souls remain trapped in the mere knowledge of this world, this temporal fleeting world. And so this gulf that exists between time and eternity, humanity and God, heaven and earth, is bridged by the incarnation, the Word made flesh, in whom, according to St. Paul, are hidden all the treasures of wisdom and knowledge, Colossians 2:3. It's thus through faith in Christ, the incarnate Word, who is the truth, that our souls are graced with wisdom, and thereby we can ultimately realize our true humanity, our peace, the way things always were meant to be. Oliver told Rogan that he believes God today is using the most unlikely of people to awaken our population and call us back to him. As I've heard it put, God likes to draw straight lines with crooked sticks. In doing so, Oliver has found his purpose, and our nation, and indeed the world, will never be the same. Are you ready to join the resistance? Because I'm leading a group of dedicated, courageous patriots who can lead a spearhead into the heart of the secular globalist establishment. We punished Bud Light and Target, driven CNN and the legacy media to near bankruptcy, forced BlackRock to backtrack on ESG, and now we're seeing our conservative-dominated Supreme Court ending affirmative action and protecting religious liberty. In my Insiders Club, I show you concrete steps to take locally and online that will only keep this mass uprising going until the battle is won. Don't wait. Click the link in my description below and join my Courageous Patriots Insiders Club today.